I love her. I love that person that makes that sound. But yes, it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of motherfucking spice. Yes, we in the building today. We in the building. And we got extra special spicy guests. We got Ash from Xposed With Ash, aka your wax guru, aka all the names. We got Ashley, the esthetician herself, in the building. Yes. How we feeling, Ash?
Feel real good.
Real good?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you just come out of work?
I did. I'm like, do I have powder on me?
No, I'm dead. She's like, let me show that I work. This is my uniform. Here for it. I just came out of work too. So we both came out of work, and it's been a day. How's your day been today?
It's been long.
Long?
Yep. Very
a good long or like
yeah, it's always good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always good.
Okay. And just for y'all like to know a little bit of what we're gonna go on with the show, we're gonna learn a little bit about Ashley's journey. And I guess like I was trying to figure out, Ash, like what, because I don't want to put you in a box. I don't like putting people's in boxes because I feel like that's kind of prescriptive, and I feel like you're a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were to give yourself a label, like what does that look like? I feel like it's more appropriate coming from you.
A label.
Yeah, like what would you consider yourself? Because I feel like you're not just an esthetician, because you do other things as well.
So I guess like the technical term is like a cosmetologist, because cosmetology, you do everything.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to kind of, I call myself the wax guru because every wax center that I worked in, I was always a wax trainer. So I'm a teacher. So I'm trying to dive into a master cosmetologist and become a teacher and go to different schools and, you know, just some plans.
Okay.
But as a label, it's cosmetology. But there's so many things in that. There's nails, there's hair,
real.
skin. It's everything.
Okay. So I am curious, love. Did you go to cosmetology school?
Did I go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Years ago. Capri, right there on Main Ave, right across from Dorados.
So I guess like before we dive deeper into your journey of what we do now, kind of bring us into like why beauty school? Why? Like, what was that transition like? Like, what did Ashley think of that day that we were just like, okay, that's it, I'm applying for this?
Ooh, okay. Not many people know this story. I was actually a camp counselor at Catholic Charities Father English in Patterson.
Wow. Oh, shit.
And I was like the cool teacher. So that's what I wanted to go to school for originally, was kind of like a child psychology, something like with children.
Yeah.
And you see me with kids. Like, I love kids. Like, that's where I'm the most comfortable around.
Yeah.
There was an incident while I was there that kind of like triggered me, and I was like, I can't do this. So at that time, Capri was like, you know, the Mina bus?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Who doesn't know the Mina bus?
So I jumped on the bus. I went down to Capri and I signed up right after that. And I quit that job that summer. That was my last summer. And I went to school. It was just like that. I was like, you know, I know how to do hair.
Yeah.
I already knew how to do
so
all the beauty stuff.
Like, yo, I'm going to quit my job
and go to school.
Let me go get another job.
Yeah.
But I got to do something
it was
before
just
I get
like
it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just went to the school, you applied, and they gave you your tools, your resources, and that was it.
That was it.
Oh, snap.
I was 17, 18.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go to Capri, and I guess, like, you kind of broke down a different world for me, Ash. Like, I thought that people had to pick what they wanted to do with, I guess,
with their
with beauty.
Yeah.
Is it the term beauty school? Like, to call it beauty school? Or is it cosmetology
It's cosmetology school. It's
Okay.
whatever, you know, whatever people understand the most.
I'm going to say, like, cosmetology school.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I didn't know that you had to learn everything. So you learned how to do hair. You learned how to cut hair, paint hair, do nails,
Yeah,
do
everything.
skin. I didn't know that. I thought it was either like skincare or either if you want to do hair care. Like I thought you had to pick.
No, if you only want to go to school for aesthetics,
Yeah.
so there's a program specifically for aesthetics.
Oh.
For, esthetician.
Yeah.
And if you want to do nails, like they have those smaller courses where
Yeah.
it's like nails, I believe is if it's still like that full time, nails is 3 months, skincare is 6 months, cosmetology is a year because you're learning everything.
Yeah.
So I went for the full thing because I knew how to do everything.
Wow.
And you could take that
I see what you did
license and do everything with it. So if I get tired of doing hair, which I did, I went to waxing. And then
That's awesome.
yeah, so it's like if you get tired of your profession, drop it, go to the next one.
Wow.
It's that simple.
So I guess because I want to kind of piggyback of what you just said right now. You said you got tired of doing hair. Why? Why? Share with us how we got into waxing,
Oh,
What do you feel like were like, I guess, the ups and downs in that profession?
I love doing hair. I feel like that's where you could put the most of your creativity. I knew like there were certain haircuts that I created that nobody could recreate because that was my haircut,
Yes.
certain hair colors. It's chemicals. That's chemistry.
Yeah.
So I would create these colors and that client is mine. If she wants that color, that's my client. So like it's the beauty industry. It's like, I wish there was more respect in it because people think, oh, she's just coloring her hair. No, I mix with certain chemicals so that you have that specific color.
That part.
Same thing like with a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
You want a tattoo that nobody has because you don't want people copying you. So, similar concept.
Okay.
I stopped doing hair because being on my feet all day, I have autoimmune disease. So I have lupus and it attacks my joints. I'm tired all the time. My mobility wasn't good. And when I first got diagnosed, I was pregnant with Ava.
Oh, shit.
And from that time, I'm like, okay, well, now I have to think about my future and how can I best treat my body good and work and, save and just realistically figure out life. So I would do somebody's hair. And then after that one person, I was out. Like I had to lay down, my back hurt, my feet hurt, my fingers hurt, my wrists hurt. It wasn't like, I can't continue that. Like
I'm done.
realistically,
She's like not functional. She's like, I just did a perm. Listen, I gotta be out of work for 2 days.
Yeah, it was like
shit.
that. I remember I worked in one of the Dominican salons, and it's all day, just blow drying hair from 7 a.m. to 8 o'clock at night.
You can't put Rolos in a chair. Like, you can't sit down in a chair and be like, yo, hold on, let me
imagine you like rolling around the rolly chair.
First of all, I feel like you can sit, but not if you want to hustle and make money.
Yeah, no,
you gotta be on your feet. So okay, that was your I guess epiphany. Like,
oh no, the day that I decided fuck this,
she said fuck this.
It took me a year to get this girl to a beautiful platinum blonde. I mean white. Her hair was long, it was healthy, it was layered beautifully.
Okay.
Somebody told her they didn't like it. They think that she should go a different color, and she did. And I was just staring at her like a black box dye. Like don't ever color your hair a black box dye. And I was just staring at her.
So you took it personal.
I took it so personal. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I stopped doing it after that.
Oh shit!
It took my heart was hurt. I was so hurt. Like, yo, do you not know the treatments that we did? It was a full year.
Maybe she was going through a breakup, Ash.
That's fine, but that's it. Now you gotta get another hairstylist.
Like, listen, when I was with Roddy, I had blonde hair. I can't be blonde anymore. Ashley, fix this. You fixed me before.
She colored it with a black box. I was like, sis, you're on your own. I am not breaking through that. Nope. Sorry. After that, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Yeah. I was like, oh, it was like, I felt deflated. You just like everything like comes out. Yeah. It was exactly like that.
Mark, do you have a balloon sound? That would be cool. Just say it for the future. That would be cool. But I don't know if it would sound like a fart.
Right? You know,
yeah, exactly. I don't want to make it sound like that. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm here with the Ash. So we got our license. We started doing hair first. it was too heartbreaking. And I get that. When you
It's a
said that
lot.
story, I was like, damn, that's like a lot of like work on this human being, and then to just switch up like that. Like,
And it wasn't just her either. It was just, you know, people are never satisfied. They give you a picture and that's what they want. They want exactly that picture.
Yeah.
And there's levels to this. You
It's
have
like,
to take your
ma'am,
time. You have to go home and do your homework. You know,
I don't know
it's
where you're
not-
gonna get this
We're not
volume.
magicians.
Yo,
Yeah.
facts. They'd be like, yo, I want my hair to be this, but your hair bad thin. Like, yo, I
Right?
can
With one
try.
layer. Like, how?
Yo,
Explain
looking
how.
like Cynthia. Cynthia the fucking Rugrat.
Rugrats.
You're like, yo, listen.
How?
Yo, for real.
And then
Okay.
staying professional while looking at somebody like, yo, what do you want me to do with this?
Yo, facts. Okay, so we started doing hair, and then I guess
Waxing.
talk to me about that transition. So you went from hair to deciding that you want to wax now.
I was recruited.
What do you mean you were recruited? By who?
European.
What, they went to your
I'm
salon?
not gonna say the whole.
Nah,
Yeah.
you don't want to get nobody in trouble. But I guess like what happened? Like you were doing someone's hair?
No,
Like,
they were looking for people. I remember getting an email to come in, so I was like, all right, I'll try it out.
how'd they get your information?
I guess the beauty school. I guess they sent it
I was
out.
about to say, like, were you looking for this job?
No,
It's like, yo, how did
a
this
lot of the
happen?
things that happen, it just falls into my lap. I never look for it, and
Yeah, I'm
I think that's
dead.
so funny. Even with podcasting,
Wow.
like I don't. It just happens, and then it happens to just work out beautifully.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I was recruited. I went in. I found out how much you get paid, and I was just like, oh, I don't have to be on my feet all day, blow drying hair for like $30.
Yeah.
Cut me in. All right, let's do
Okay.
it.
Talk to me, love, about your first waxing experience. What body part did you wax? Like, what
It's
was
always
your first?
Brazilian. That's
For real?
Yeah, it's always Brazilian.
my
So I
God.
specialize in Brazilian waxing.
But that was your first wax ever.
Yeah, but they force you to do that first.
Oh shit.
So, but this is like 15 years ago. So I'm sure
yeah.
the things that,
They have protocols now.
yeah, I'm
like,
pretty sure
listen,
the things that
Lisa.
they've done is not allowed. And I was so young and I didn't understand. Like, you can
Dito.
say no because I was forced to get waxed. Yeah.
What you mean? So they had to force you to get a
You
Brazilian
had
to give a Brazilian.
Yeah, you had to learn. Maybe it was just that wax trainer at that time, but it was like you need to get waxed so that you could learn what it feels like, so that you have some kind of empathy.
That's true though.
Girl, do you know how thick my hair is?
No.
I had 90s eyebrows that grew back.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay, like
But I get
it hurts.
whoever taught you that, Ash, at first I was hesitant, but now that you repeat it a second time, it makes sense. Because in order for you to tell someone, like, this is not gonna hurt,
No, I never say that. I just say it's so fast you barely like.
but
It's over by
but
the
that's what I'm
time,
saying.
yeah.
But that was your experience. But it's like, imagine somebody who didn't get waxed. What type of advice they would be giving to someone
Yeah.
to their first
You're
Brazilian?
fine,
You're fine. Please close your cheeks together. Like, you know what? So many accidents can happen. So all I can think
Yo.
of is like, whoever gave this advice. At first I was hesitant, but now I'm here for it. Because I'm like, how can you advocate for something that you never did?
That was torture. It
But
was so
I can
bad.
understand though. Okay, so you did your first Brazilian. Was it a good Brazilian?
Yeah, it was. I was nervous. I would never forget.
You think
Yo,
they knew
I would
that you
never
were
forget.
Because you didn't
No,
tell
they
them.
they let you know. So that's the thing about that company is that the incentive is you get a free wax if you allow.
You fucking bastards. That's how I got my free Brazilian, yo. Because I'm like, wait, I want to know. And you said it. I'm like, it makes sense now. I'm like, damn. That was the only time. No, I'm going to be real. Ash, I never got a Brazilian. And I remember they were like, your free wax is free. And I'm like, a Brazilian? They're like, yeah, you
shit.
just got a tip.
You got
Yo,
a new
luckily she
girl.
did an amazing job.
Yo, I'm dead.
No, but that's what happened. Okay, please go on.
Ooh, I'm exposing all the secrets.
Yo,
I'm gonna
for
get
real.
a cease and desist and a letter soon.
They don't
in the
do that
mail
no
soon.
more. They only do bikini now.
Okay.
I remember I asked because I told a friend, I was like, yeah, they'll give you a free Brazilian. She's like, what? And then they asked and they were like, nah.
No, that's
it's
when-
only armpit, lip, and
So if you do get a free Brazilian, that's when people are training.
yeah, I guess now.
So-
Something happened. Something happened.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you do your first Brazilian. You did a great job.
It was okay. I had to get trained a little bit. I was scared. Like, yo, having somebody just lay down and just open their legs, you're like, whoa.
Yo, for real.
You know, it's like, holy shit. Like, okay. You know, and then you don't want to touch. So you're like, you know, you don't want to touch anything, you know? So after the wax trainer comes into the room and she was like, no. She goes, come on, you can't be afraid. And she kind of slaps her hand on her and she's just spreading the wax. So I'm like, okay, I could do this. All right.
For real, for
So
real.
then I'm like, all right. And I'm
Let's
like,
do it.
and after that, forget, like, you have to just show me something hands-on one time.
Yeah.
And I got it like that.
Wow.
Even with doing hair, I learned how to do knotless box braids off of a 3-minute YouTube video. So I'm hands-on. So all I need is one time to learn something, and then it's locked in my head.
Wow.
So watching her do it, I was like, all right, I could do this.
Yeah.
And then from there, I rose up. Within 3 months, I went from, back then they did levels. So I don't want to give too much away, but it was, you get $1 extra an hour the more levels you go up. So I wanted money. Like, I had to survive. I was living on my own already. I had bills to pay.
Yeah.
So I remember within 3 months, I mastered, and I got faster and faster, and I was at top rate 3 months. So I was like, okay, let's do this, you know? From there, I turned into the wax trainer. And then I would go from wax studio to wax studio training. So it was cool. And then I got blackballed, but that's...
Okay. But I guess, like, and I don't want to assume. I'm just going to get curious. So I'm guessing, like, Ash, did you see where your skill sets were and how good they were, that you were just like, I can, like, kind of maybe do this on my own? No?
I've always doubted myself.
Why, though?
Society, people get in your head that you need to have a stable income. You need to work for somebody. You need to, you know, so that's like, what's the right word for it? Not ingrained, but that's like from a young age to adulthood. You really think that you need to work under somebody if you want to be successful, if you want to have stability. But that could get ripped out from under you at any moment.
That part.
You know, so I didn't believe in myself. I just needed to work for somebody. All I wanted to do was work and go home.
Yeah.
And then opening up my business, I was pushed into that corner again. Every time like I move up, I get pushed into a corner because I like being comfortable. I like working hard, but being able to go home and relax.
Yeah.
I hated the job I was at. I hated it. I was being used. I could do Brazilian within 7 minutes.
Damn. So they were probably like, yo, she could do 100.
Yeah.
So they were like, yo, and they
double
probably
book.
set up that expectation too, which probably wasn't ethical.
Yeah. So it was terrible. And then having autoimmune disease, having 2 small children. I was always sick, and then I was stressed. I was tired. So the way they set up the schedule, they had 15 minutes per client. So they would squeeze 2 clients in one time slot, 1 client, 2 clients again. So that was most of the 8-hour day with a 30-minute lunch break. And
That's it?
Yeah. And
Just
it got
30
to
minutes?
a point where I told the owner.
No hour?
No.
Not even like
So
15
we would
minutes,
have
30
to-
minutes, and then
yeah.
another 15
Nope.
minutes?
I would have to scarf down lunch. And I gained the most weight there because I was stressed and depressed. So, and it was crazy. And it got to a point where I was driving like to work, and I called my husband hysterically crying. Like, I can't do this. He said, come home.
Period.
He said, come home. That's it. You're done. So I'm like, no, let me finish today. So I finished the day, and I would never forget. I remember this day like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I walked into work, and once again, they had me double booked. Every other client. So I told the receptionist, I said, hey, I can't do that today. Like I'm at my wit's end. Please, can you slide them over or call them and cancel? She said, no, the owner said to leave your schedule exactly how it is. So I was like, oh, okay. This is the game we're playing? So then the little demon comes out of me like, all right, bet. Finish my shift. That was the last shift I ever did.
I'm so sorry.
And then that weekend, one of my clients had a salon. She built a room for me. The next week I was working my own business.
Period.
Yeah.
Good for you, Ash. I was like gonna say, like, one, I'm so sorry you went through that, because
it happens.
in my mind, you know, I ain't gonna tell you where I work, but I do manage my own shop. In my mind, I know what it is to be around shitty managers.
Yeah.
And I could easily see that manager, instead of working with you and seeing the talent that you had and giving you more of that work-life balance that they should be doing with everybody, I feel like they took advantage of you.
A lot of people do, though. That's something that I need to work on.
Yeah, like maybe setting a healthy boundary. Like, hey, I don't mind working hard for you, but like, you can't, I don't feel comfortable what you're doing to me. And is there accommodations that we could put in place so that I don't have to feel like this coming into work? And I'm so sorry, because to me, it's like, it's workers like you, Ash, that is such a blessing in a workplace. And when you don't, even if you don't speak up, Ash, just that term that you said, like, that's normal, that should be happening. No, that's not normal, and that shouldn't be happening. what's normal is that when you have a good manager and when a good manager notices a good employee and gives them that work-life balance without that employee having to ask it.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, they did take advantage of you, and it's not okay to take advantage of you. You want your workers to work with you longer. And the only way people work with you longer is if you treat them right.
Right.
So I'm sorry that happened to you. No, seriously, like I became a manager and I was like, yo, my goal is to never become the shitty managers I've ever come across with. So anybody who's been in my path, they don't want to leave me because they're like, damn, like what is gonna happen? I'm like, I don't know, but you gotta figure it out. You have to stay here, keep working with me, but I'm not gonna hinder you for something else. But just know that I keep it real with them. I'm like, how I'm gonna treat you, I can't guarantee you that your other managers are gonna treat you like this.
Right.
So all I can say is like, one, I'm happy that this happened to you because it allowed you to grow and do something better for yourself. But two, I'm also sorry because it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
So.
Well, everybody because I had my team. After I left, everybody kind of dispersed. They all
like,
left.
we're going with Ashley.
Yeah,
like,
they
we're going with Ashley.
all left.
Go with Ashley. All right, so we get, first of all, a client opens a room for you.
Yeah.
In her own thing, you know, which is a blessing. But I guess let's fast forward. Like, how do we get to the wax guru that's here now? Because the thing is, like, I feel like you do more than waxing, Ash.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with the people other services that you provide now, which I actually think is pretty cool because I kind of have that problem.
So I do
not like that, but like in other places. Like, yo, I would just be real. And I'll speak about it.
Well, let me add the wax guru. That was just an Instagram name. That was because a lot of my clients, they became friends. Like we exchange information, we help each other out. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for them. Like they schooled me on therapy, on just so many things that I needed. Yeah. And they did that out of love. And it's just like we're sharing our lives together. So I created a separate Instagram where it's not my kids on a public profile. And because that I want to keep separate. People are weird. People would share my kids' pictures, and that's just, it's weird. It's very much weird energy. Keep it separate. So I kept that separate, and I was just like, I was thinking the name. I'm like, oh, I guess the wax guru. I'm a teacher, you know, so wax guru, and it stuck. It stuck for years, and that's where the wax guru came from. And I can't shake that name off me because I tried to switch it to the House of Gurus because I had bigger plans. But I had to go right back to the wax guru because that's what everybody knows me as. But I'm expanding my services and I'm doing Vagacials, but more specifically to target hyperpigmentation.
I love that.
So a lot of times we get ingrowns, and especially if you have curly hair, it naturally gets trapped under the skin. It causes ingrown. You try to pick it, it turns into a scar.
Don't pick it.
Don't pick it. Please
don't fucking pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm treating those scars, and it works. Like I try to keep everything as natural as possible. So the masks that I came up with, the creams, the scrubs, man, I make a lot of stuff. I didn't notice. I make soaps, I make scrubs, I make a clay mask, I make like a kind of leave-on mask that you put on. So everything's brightening and it's all natural. I love that. And that's what I love about it. So that's why I love the stores that have all natural things. Like I go crazy shopping.
But I love that you go towards like the holistic way.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's like, you go with chemicals. And I feel like even saying the word chemical, like it's different because chemical could just mean like a vitamin C. Like a vitamin C, like I feel like a ingredient mask is chemical. Yeah. But it's not really chemical the way we think of chemical. Yeah. I guess like using ingredients that are in a way synthetics. Is that the word? I think that's the word I'm trying to look for.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Compared to like natural ingredients. I love that you take that holistic route. It's like you could use turmeric for this. You could also use lemon juice for
turmeric
this.
Turmeric is my favorite.
Sea salt. Turmeric is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even like, you know, and I love that you say hyperpigmentation. You know, just sharing a little bit about me, like I feel like me being a dark-skinned Latina, you know, I tend to have more hyperpigmentation in areas where I would shave. Like to me, it's more of my underarms, you know, and this is just me being transparent, me being human, because I'm not going to lie that. Right. But it's not going to stop me from not wearing like shirts that expose that area. But like some people think that, oh, I'm just going to have dark arms forever.
No, I actually have a treatment for that. So it's
Please do.
I haven't put it up on my website yet, but it's an underarm detox where we put a mask on.
I love that.
I put a brightening mask, and we use high frequency. So high frequency helps. It's like a wand that zaps. So it's either, there's different types. One is more ingrown acne based, and the other one is more anti-aging. It helps cell turnover. It helps the blood flow, which helps collagen healing.
Yep.
And we use that to either target whichever one you need. And it's just, it makes the mask penetrate deeper. So I am planning on putting it up. It's time for executive assistant, because I like me having to control my
if you want
website
a
and everything.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, I will post that up soon.
Hell yeah,
but
girl.
there are treatments for, even if you want to keep shaving, you don't want to wax. I do suggest waxing because it pulls the hair from the root. It's just it's great. Your hair grows back in so much thinner, and it's like, just wax.
I guess my process with it is like that process of waxing where like you have to allow the hair to grow a certain amount of length so that it could catch. That's my only, I feel like, tidbit about it. Like if there was a way that I could just be like, I'm ready for my wax. Hair's there and I'm ready for the wax so that it's not uncomfortable.
So the wax that I have, I always say, if you could pull it with your fingers, then I can get it.
Really?
I have 3 different waxes.
Interesting.
So one is for very thick, coarse hair. The other one is for sensitive skin. And I mean sensitive, and this may get TMI, but sometimes women come in and they have like a yeast infection, so your skin is compromised, or psoriasis, or eczema. You can't just wax any wax on that skin. You know, you have to treat it with oil, and the wax that I have is it's for sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Especially since a lot of us deal with issues like that, realistically.
And that's just being real. That's the thing about like the Mina Mendoza Show. We're not gonna like lie. Like, I'm bringing an expert here on what they do, and we're just trying to put y'all on. Like, you know, this is a safe place to talk about these things. So one thing, we're not going to make fun of people. And low key, I know y'all thinking about this. That's the way I would look at it. Like, you know, like I know so many people that will want to brighten the skin. Yeah. Like, period. Yeah. So please do.
We don't want to pop that, you know.
That part.
Go on a beach wearing a little tiny bikini.
That part. I guess, Ash, like, talking more into your journey, love, like, let's get a little bit vulnerable, you know? What do you feel like, was there ever a situation that you learned from, like a mistake? And this is where we, like, take accountability on ourselves. Like, was there ever a time where we made a mistake, and what did we learn from it, and what do we do now to make sure that we don't make that mistake again? And this could have been
work-wise. Yeah, I'm about to say work-wise.
Yeah, like with work, like with your, like whether it was with waxing, whether it was with doing hair, like just pick a moment for you that taught you to become a better person in your professions. Like what was a moment for you, you know?
Man, I can't think of one specific.
Yeah. Like it could also be like, I don't know, like in my head, like hypothetically, like, is there ever a boundary for you where you don't take a client?
Oh, I actually cut off.
Like without making them feel bad. Like what does that process look like? You know what I mean?
Actually, very recently, I've never fired a client ever. Okay. I pride myself on not so that people could take advantage of me, but more I don't do a lot of people have like, oh, if you don't show up, you get charged full price. Put your card on file. You can't come if you no show 3 times. And I know my clients, they respect me, they love me, and they're 7+ years. You know, like my clients, we've been together for a long time.
They're loyal.
And I could never, like, I've never fired a client, even when I wanted to. There's one, she didn't pay me. She walked out. She said, I'm going to cash app you when I get in the car. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I'm thinking nothing of it.
Not the barbershop move with the guy like left without paying for his haircut. Left.
So I'm like, later on that night, I'm like, oh, I didn't get it. So I text her, hey, babes, when you get a chance, send me the money. I'm doing my totals.
Yo, for real.
Not a peep. So I'm like, oh.
Then she posts on the Instagram. Yo, imagine like she's like, yo, I'm out.
A day goes by, nothing. 2 days go by, and I'm
she's
like,
in Miami with the perfect vagina. Yo, I'm dead. Let me stop.
But I was just like, what's going on? And I've waxed her for years, and I was just like, So I messaged her again. Hey, I'm still waiting. No, yeah, I messaged her. Then I sent the request.
I'm dead. Not the request.
Yeah, I was like, no,
you know some shit. When I'm
money.
requesting, I've never had to request somebody, but it's like not only I told you, now I gotta press this button so TD or Bank of America can tell you. Yeah, I'm dead. Go ahead, Ash. Talk your shit.
So then I want to say a week goes by.
Yo. What?
And like at this point, I'm not gonna keep asking you for money. Like if it was that deep, it was that deep. But now I'm worried as a human.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because this is your client.
Yeah. You know what happened?
Real.
So I text her. I hope everything's okay. I hope you're okay. Just let me know you're good. Like I know you owe me money. We could work it out, but let me know you're good. And that's when she messaged me that she's all effed up in the head.
Okay.
Baby daddy died. You know what I mean? Like there was events that happen, and thank God I'm not that person that's like, oh, F you owe me money, you're blocked. Like, no, like we're not doing that. Okay. So I was just like, are you good? So when she told me that, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but thank God I'm not that person that's just like.
Thank God you're empathetic.
Yeah.
You know, you're leading with empathy because it's like you could have went with that. And
so I take pride in not doing cutoffs, but I did my first cutoff literally a few days, last week, Friday.
Are you comfortable with sharing why?
I read the text.
Okay. Just don't get me banned.
No. It was a very professional text. This person went from a really good friend to we created like, we didn't speak about it, but we created a boundary. Yeah. She created a boundary, and now you just became a client. And recently I got like, I'm not going to chase you to confirm your appointment. I'm not going to chase you to come to your appointment. You know, so that I noticed that was becoming a pattern. And I ended up getting triggered because I sent a message. There was no response. And then that's what this person did to me for years. And I was just like, I woke up, like, I don't know what happened. I woke up one day and I was like, you know, fuck this shit. I'm done. Yeah. So I'll find a message.
Let's read it.
Let's read the message.
I will not lighten your vagina no more. You hurt my feelings, and you're hurting my time.
I think it was very professional. So it's hi blase blah, right? We're not saying her name.
Okay.
I've been reflecting on our friendship lately, and I realized the dynamics of our relationship during the pandemic still leave me feeling hurt at times. A recent trigger highlighted this for me. For my own healing, I realized it's necessary for us to part ways. I also don't feel comfortable continuing with you as a client. Our paths have diverged, and I believe it's best for both of us to continue moving forward separately. Take care. I think that was professional, because I could have easily went off.
I mean, no, what I think is you kept it short and sweet. You were direct. You didn't. Because I feel like sometimes people will talk about something and keep going.
And they continue with the drama. They continue all of that.
This is what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
I appreciate your time, and I can't do this no more. Mm-hmm. Did they reply back?
Girl, she said, okay, take care.
Well, you know what, Ash? Sometimes that's the piece you needed.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sometimes and then that makes us feel silly. Like, I should have started this boundary a long time ago. So I guess that's on us.
Yo, that part.
You know what? And that's like maybe a learning aspect from us. Like whenever we get that feeling, like to protect ourselves and our time, like, hell yeah, Ash.
But that was the first
put that
and
boundary
only.
Sooner.
Yep, I should have.
Yeah.
I struggle with that sometimes.
You could have saved those 5 o'clock appointments for somebody
for
else.
Real. Literally 5:30. That's prime time.
I'm just saying. I'm proud of you for noticing that, but I'm also proud of you for like, even though they just text like that simple as message, and maybe we were expecting something more bigger. I'm proud of you for just leaving it like that.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
This was years worth of just, when I tell you I was hurt, it was childhood friend. Our friend died. You know, and then she ghosted me. So it's like, yo, you made me lose 2 friends in the same year when I needed you, you know? So after that, I was like thrown into like a hole of darkness.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that was needed. It was necessary. You can move along. 2024, we're not doing this anymore, you know? I'm not going to be compassionate for people who can't reciprocate.
No, I got that, love. I got a question though. This is like a girly girl question.
What?
Though. This is like, because I feel like, damn, Ash, like if you out here taking care of people's vaginas and shit, which is fire. Cause
I make it look pretty.
Period. That part, I'm like, there's no shame here. I'm like, yo, like you become like the girl's girl. I don't know. Like I feel like I would treat my waxes as my girl's girl. Like my nail person knows about my life. Do you feel like they talk to you about their life?
I know everybody.
And it's like, listen, first of all, last month, you need to stop seeing this man. Because it's like, yo, because something's happening.
Yeah.
But damn, like, do you feel like, I guess like, for yourself? Like, I don't know. Do you feel like you become these people therapists
all the time?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
I know
God.
everybody's story. I know certain situations before anybody else does, because who am I going to tell? You know?
I get it.
Nobody. So I'm the
Yeah.
safest place, and I'm not messy like that.
And I'm already exposed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I'm already exposed.
You're
I got the thing is that's funny is that I'm picturing this person like,
No, I don't have to bend over.
no, but like if you're doing a full Brazilian, wait,
No, you
no,
pull
one of the moves is to
you pull your
like,
legs up to your chest and you hug
yes,
your knees.
okay, my bad. But still,
No,
even that,
So there was this one
even
girl,
that,
right?
it's like, so tell me about Michael.
No, I had this one new client, and I told her, pull your legs up, and she's holding her butt, and I'm like, oh my God, I like your nails. She starts dying laughing. I'm like, I'm sorry, was that weird?
But that's what I'm saying, like, it's like, I don't know, like I could see how these people become comfortable telling them about your life, like their lives and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm everybody's therapist.
I love that.
In my studio and outside my studio.
I love that.
So it's like, comes with the territory.
I love that, love. And I feel like I love your job and respect it so much because I feel like I remember when I first got my Brazilian, I loved my wax person, which was at the European Wax Center, even though like I find out about the reason of my free Brazilian. I am grateful that my first Brazilian, like the wax person I did have, I ended up building a relationship with her.
It's important.
For real. I remember the day I got my Brazilian, I went through a breakup.
Oh.
I still got it though, because I was like, whatever. And I remember I told her about it and like I was crying. And she was like, it's okay. Da, da, da. And she was talking to me and then she started talking about her past relationships. She was like, hey, I'm going to talk to you about my stuff so that you can feel comfortable. And like she didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And she did. And I
think we all do that. Just where it's like,
yeah,
we're human
like
just like you are.
Girl, like on girl connection. And like, I always remember her, like, I don't know, just being empathetic and making me feel okay. But I guess like a question to kind of not challenge, but like, okay, because you do become that person that people start to trust. I feel like a lot of times, like a lot of women will get a Brazilian without maybe knowing what's going on down there and something they might not know about in your job profession. Because I feel like this is what I'm thinking of. So before I go and ask the question that I want to ask, I want first explain my thought process first. I think of it, if someone's getting a Brazilian, right? And say something's happening down there that you as a woman, and as a professional, maybe not a doctor, but as like someone who is professional in that area is like, hey, something doesn't seem right. Is like, do you tell the client or do you not tell the client? Because I'm almost in a position like, if you don't tell the client, I feel like I'm not telling her something. You get what I'm saying? It's like, where do you draw the line in that boundary? Do you say something or do you not say something?
If I have the relationship with them. So technically, we're not supposed to say anything because we're not doctors.
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
That's the technicality of it.
Yeah.
But if you're my girl and I've been seeing you for X amount of years, I'm like, hey, I see this is going on, go see a doctor. And there have been times where I shouldn't say this, but I have to for your safety.
Yeah.
One of my clients said, like, I'm so hurt that it took me to say it to her. But she, I have so many stories. I've been doing it for 15 years.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
this is your profession.
So many stories. But one of them, one of the known signs for diabetes or pre-diabetes, you get darkness on your underarms, the groin area, your neck. And I've been treating lupus holistically. So I study, I read, I take very good care of my health just because, health is wealth. And, one of my clients, I told her, I say, hey, look, as you keep coming to get waxed, you're getting darker and darker, and I told her, this is one of the signs for pre-diabetes. I think you should go get blood work done. Go see an endocrinologist, see your primary, just do it just for peace of mind.
Yeah.
And we ended up finding out that, like, I don't want to say I saved her life, but the doctor did say that if she was to continue, she would end up being in a diabetic coma.
Oh my God.
She was ignoring the signs.
Ash.
She wasn't, so it's just like when she came back to me, she was just like, Ash, like, thank you, and then another client, and this one, when I tell you, I was just like, whoa. Another client, she again, was telling me her symptoms. She wasn't feeling well. She just got weight loss surgery. So she's kind of putting it on that. And again, it's like, I don't know what's so convincing when I talk to people, but you know, she was telling me everything. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound normal. And thank God I'm blunt, because I told her, yeah, that doesn't sound normal. I think you should see your primary. Found out that she had stage 4, like some type of intestinal cancer. So, and she beat it, you know, and it's just, thank God. Like when I tell you, like these women, like we create such strong connections. And I was devastated because she came back to get her last wax before she started chemo. She had the surgery. I'm thinking she was going to give me news that she was pregnant, because she was like, oh, I have something to tell you. So I'm like, oh my God, what? You know, just kikiing, all of that. And she lifts up her shirt and I just see a line straight through her abdomen. And like, I didn't know how to take it. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? And she said, I took your advice and went to the doctor, and then this is what happened. So it's just like, you know, it's not, a lot of people think it's just a wax, but it's like you build that relationship. And thank God I have the knowledge that I have, you know, based off of my own experience. It's not me reading a book and saying, oh, I read this, so you need to do this. No, this is from real life experience, you know, and from hearing other people's stories, having my own story. And that's where Xposed is coming from. Xposed with Ash. It's other people's stories, so that whatever we learn from one another, we're going to put that out there. So somebody needs it. That part. You know, and yeah, there's been so many situations where I've helped a client and then they helped me in return, where it's a full circle. You know, the next person teaches me something, I teach somebody else something, and the cycle continues. So that's really why I'm in it and why I'm staying in it. It's the people. It's not like the money's great, but at the end of the day, it's like who you interact with. The
relationships you're building. And I love that, Ash. Like seriously, like I could tell, like, yeah, you're doing this obviously to make money, you know, because this is a job. In the end of the day, you are a mother. You have to, like, you know, pay for things and uphold things. But my also aspect on this, I'm grateful that you're an empathetic human, that because if it was about money, then you wouldn't take that extra step to do that. And I feel like taking those like acts of services, those random acts of kindness, I feel like that costs you nothing. But that costs that person so much in return. You know what I mean? And this came from someone just lightening up their vagina or waxing their vagina. But that's what I'm saying, how powerful that relationship is. And I also look at it too, Ash, like your primary doctor is not looking up your vagina. I am. You know what I mean? So they probably are going to feel a lot more comfortable than telling Mr. Wilson about their like fucking, you know what I mean though? I guess for me, I'm going to, because I'm like, yo, this person looks at 100 vaginas a week.
So they trust me more than
trust you, but also trust in what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like a doctor would physically see a face and see symptoms every day, and that's where I'd be like, I could take their word. Off. That part.
Like if you don't advocate for yourself, it's like, these are normal, run along, you know?
But I feel like in your aspect, it's like, nah, I'm spending time with this body part. And this body part.
It's ours. That's not just yours anymore. It's ours.
So now, Ash, thank you so much, love, for sharing your journey.
Thank you.
You know, I am grateful that we have a woman that is empowered to do more things than just services like that. I feel like you are a great asset to like our beauty industry, health industry, everything. So I'm grateful to have someone like Ash in our business. But what I want to get into now is Xposed with Ash, because you mentioned a little tidbit of it. How long has this project been going? When did it start and why did it start? We're a jack of all trades. Talking about hair, talking about waxing. We're talking about doing our own business now. Now let's talk about the podcasting.
That one's a little harder to get off the ground. It's a lot of self-doubt. So, man, it started from one thing with me wanting to share my story and help shed light, you know, on certain things from childhood that's not normal, things that you need to talk about. And it's shifting. Each time, like, I think of a topic, it shifts, you know, so I've been trying to work on it for, I want to say the past 6 to 8 months. I can't remember when, but it's a work in progress. I did a few episodes, but I'm bringing like my bravery family in. I'm like, come on, like, let's do this episode. Help me out. I think I need to step in my power more and just kind of dive right in. I know Marvin's told me, like, just don't overthink it. He goes, those are a lot of notes. Like, he'll tell me those are a lot of notes. Just let it flow. So I'm working on it. I think I have to get out of my own head right now. But it's been a long time coming.
The only thing I could say, love, do with what feels right for you. You know, like definitely push yourself, but push yourself in where it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because don't push yourself to something that you don't want to be either. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, I love this whole aspect of your show and you allowing people to be themselves. I love the whole exposed part of it. I love that. I just feel like keep doing it. Keep doing it. And the only thing I would say is just figure out a way to create more of a safe place for people so that they can tell their story in a comfortable way, you know. But I love it if you could get someone that's like, okay, you know what, I'm going to talk about my story. My perspective would be like, how can I make this the safest interview ever that they could expose so much without feeling so naked?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And also leaving, I've
and
taken
you feeling good about it, great about it.
Yeah.
Too.
I feel like why I'm so careful now because I'm trying to. I don't ever want somebody to go home and say, "Damn, I talked about all that," and their body's just dysregulated. You know, I remember going on my friend's show and I talked about a deep dark secret in my family and I was not okay. I went home and I had bubble guts. Like I was a mess. I had a migraine. I'm like, wow, I guess I'm not over that.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes we don't know that. So I want to make sure it's like a safe place and like you're okay when you leave.
Yeah.
You know, so I am trying to figure out, like, I have a cool little question thing at the end where it's like you kind of pick questions out of a jar and we don't know what we're getting. So just to lift up the mood. But I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be good. I just have to
I think it's amazing.
Push myself out of the way.
I think it's amazing. I think it's great when I think of documentaries or,
I love documentaries.
Hell yeah. Like if you think of like, I don't know, like what was that show that MTV used to do? Was it Unplugged? No, it wasn't called Making the Band. It was something that MTV used to do for artists. That Behind the Music? No, that was VH1. MTV used to do something where they would follow the artists and that's where like they expose themselves. We'll come back to it. But what I'm trying to say is like, I don't think it's bad that you're writing notes. I think you're writing notes because you're still trying to figure out your show.
Yeah.
If anything, just make sure that your notes are concise to your niche. That you're not throwing too much out there. And like, you know, just create boundaries also for your like guests. Just be like, hey, like I want you to say what you want to say, but also tell me what your triggers could be. What's a safe word for you? Yeah, like, you know, if they feel like if I said too much, because, you know, with a show that's delicate like that, like we can make mistakes sometimes and ask a question that maybe they're not prepared for and they could just be like pineapple. Period.
Yeah.
And I know to transition. I know not even to ask it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why my shows will always be pre-recorded just in case, you know, they're like, you know, Ash, I'm sorry, but I need you to take out this segment because I'm not comfortable. So it's always them first. I'm not doing it for any type of gain, like tell your story and that's it. No, like whatever you're comfortable with, because eventually like when it does get put out there, now you have to think about family members, you have to think about everybody that's going to have an opinion. And that's scary sometimes.
I love it. I think about this. I'm already thinking of like True Life MTV. Like, you know what I mean? Like when that show used to start, like everybody used to just tell their story and I'm here for it. And I trust in you, love, just how you create that safe place for your clients at work. I think you're going to thrive with the podcast and creating that safe place for your guests. I think you're going to do great. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. And I feel like I'm excited. I know you asked me to be part of your show.
Yes.
And this definitely led me to feel a little safer with telling my story, where I'm a little bit eager.
Oh,
you know?
good.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so when you are ready, I'll be a guest on your show.
Yay.
But I know that was, I'm not going to lie, like when we first spoke about it, that was one of my...
It's scary sometimes where it's like...
It was. Because I remember I told Ash my whole real life story, which y'all don't even know. Yeah, don't. And the first thing Ash says, come to Xposed With Ash. I was like...
No, but what I do plan... So I have a lot of... like singing bowls, things to help you go into meditation and
Yeah.
relax. So I do plan on bringing that, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
relax, like we're good. Let's raise your vibration, you know, and talking is healing.
Yeah.
So it'll be great. It'll
I'm
be
here
good.
for it. I am saying that I'm here for it. When you're ready, I'm ready.
Cool.
I'll do it. It's confirmation. It was on camera. It was on camera.
Live.
That part. Okay, Ash. I love the story with the podcast. I'm loving hearing where your journey. My next question to you, Ash, is where do you want to see yourself in 10 years? What are the goals?
10 years, I will be 42. So I always say 40s is 20s with money,
Wow.
right?
I like that.
That's when we have wisdom, we have stability, hopefully, you know.
Yo, for real.
We have money, you know. We spend our 20. Well, I spent my 20s working, building, saving.
That part. Me too.
30s working, building, saving. So 40s, I bet I'm on a plane. My kids are old enough to either watch themselves or come and sit fucking still on a plane, you know. And we just travel. We enjoy our lives. We all the labor that we've done, we get to enjoy the rest, you know. So I do see 10 years from now a business that's running without me in it 24/7. I see my children thriving. You know, they are special needs, so that's like that's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
And just peace, like real peace, you know, not people just saying I'm at peace, I cut this person off and did this and the third. I'm hoping to get done with all that internal work from childhood so that by 40s, like, we're good, you know. We're traveling, we're loving each other, we're having fun, we're making money. It's just life is smooth. Like, that's where I see myself.
Yeah.
So I don't care about the glitz, glamour, fame. Like, that I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, as long as like my household is good, that I'm good.
Okay.
That's 10 years from now. Like,
Okay. I love that. I love that. And everybody that has been with us in the show, because I just look at the check-in, just going to give a quick little shout out. Shout out to that One Piece Talk. Not sure who was plugged in from the One Piece Talk, but thank you. They were in the check-in. If you haven't catched that interview, definitely catch it. I had like the whole crew, not the whole crew because the twins weren't here, but definitely Larry, Sebastian. So definitely check out the episode. It was very beautiful. And Larry's brother. We also have Amanda in the check-in. Shout out to my best friend Amanda. Period. Yeah, in the state. I guess she was more supporting what you were saying, love, because my best friend Amanda went to cosmetology school as well.
oh, I love that.
She went to Paul Mitchell. I'm not going to talk about your journey because I'm going to let you finish that. But she was like, yeah, in the state of NJ where y'all need to learn it all. And also shout out to Ray Pearson. Shout out to always just showing support in the show. You were a guest prior. You were a guest already 2 times in my show. And it's good to know that you're still rocking with me. And I guess, love, just because I want to give this your time, because I do want to invite you back, especially talking more about Xposed with Ash. You know, I want to talk about it and I want to hear a different perspective. I want to hear about your like triumphs and tribulations, you know. I guess, like, let's make this moment still about you, love. Where can the viewers find you, especially your outlets to your services, your outlet to your podcasts, whatever it may be? This is your time to give out your handles.
Okay, so for business, for waxing, it's thewaxguru.co on Instagram. Same thing for booking an appointment. It's www.thewaxguru.co. Instagram for Xposed with Ash. It's Xposed, but with the letter X, POSED with Ash.
Love that.
Same thing for YouTube. It's Xposed with Ash, spelled the same way, but it's Ash_Lazu.
Okay.
I feel like that's easier because, you know, it's my name, it's me, it's my brand.
Yeah. Love that.
I think that's it.
That's it. And then also, team, if anybody who's watching this episode or that gets to watch this episode, if you are interested in exposing your story with Xposed with Ash, with the handles that we did just give out, please feel free. Shoot her a DM.
Yes.
Collaborate, because we want to make the show grow, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's go. It's all about networking here, love. This is a safe place for community, so we
Yeah.
want to make sure we build that. And also, any shout outs, love, that you want to give before we say bye?
Shout out to my Braver family. Like, I love everybody here.
Yes, that part.
Everybody's been awesome.
That part. And now that we gave out the handles, I just want to say thank you to everyone that, you know, rocked out with us at the Mina Mendoza Show. I know we started off a little bit late, but you know what? It's not always perfect, but we make it happen, baby. Period. Yes. And then just so y'all know, I'm going to be here next Thursday. And I think by that time, it will be New Year's Eve. So I think I want everyone to have a safe New Year's Eve, a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with their family. And we're going to come back next week in a whole new month, new year, new energy, new vibe.
Yes.
So catch me next Thursday, 7 p.m., the Mina Mendoza Show. Also, catch me on Instagram, Queen of Spice, and that's Queen0 of Spice. If you want to be a guest on the show, let's collaborate. Let's build. This 2024 is all about empowering each other, and that's it, period. So besides that, Marv, I'm going to let you take us away. Ash, thank you so much for being a guest at the Mina Mendoza Show. I feel like this was beautiful. We made magic happen. And yeah, it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of motherfucking spice. We out of here.